Wednesday morning, the circus transferred to Kanturk for the first of the gruelling mountain stages, through East Kerry, Scarta Glen, Castle Island and Farran 4, through Carsaveen, where they began a loop that would take them up and over the Category 1 climb at Cumann-Aspig, and back to Carsaveen for the finish. Even in favourable conditions, this was going to be painful for the riders, and if the weather intervened, it was going to be particularly unpleasant. And as you can see, intervene the weather did, with a strong headwind that would slow up the proceedings considerably. The rain wasn't going to help much either. Even in the first few kilometres, the wet surface was creating havoc by causing puncture after puncture after puncture. And as the riders approached the kingdom, they realised that the worst was probably yet to come. Kerry was not going to prove hospitable.
Donny Conroy of the Kerry Lee Strand team, who is 5th overall going into Kerry today. There was a crash on the road there and he came down, but Barry Monaghan, one of our lads, came back for him and he's now rejoined the bunch.
Britain's John Tanner in the yellow jersey also had his problems with a broken toe strap. That was the last thing he needed when there were others up ahead making moves at the front. Tanner gets a new bike and begins chasing the peloton, while his other teammates try to control at the front. Meanwhile, relief of a different kind for one of the riders. Up ahead, a group of 14 riders have gone off in pursuit of the breakaways, but these were merely the early skirmishes as the RAS made its way into the driving wind and rain. At Killorglin, 74 kilometres into the stage, Mario Van Barle, Declan Lonigan, Sean O'Gore and Eamon Finn were nearly 1.5 minutes clear of the chasers, who were led through by 5th place Donny Conroy of the Kerry team, receiving encouragement from the local crowd. On the first approach to Carsaveen, 4 men were away: Van Barle, Declan Lonigan, number 63, Sean O'Gore and Jason Stack. And ominously, it was the Soviets who led the chase, with Ozos eventually catching and passing the leaders. Van Barle was the only one who could stay with him. As the pack split in two, Andrew Moss and Stephen Nevin were to the fore of the chasing bunch. And up ahead, Van Barle found that Ozos was too strong for him on the first big climb. Cumann-Aspig was the big Category 1 climb of the day, and as you can see, no fear of being sunburned on this particular peak. Ozos was through first, followed by a revitalised Stephen Spratt. He's in there somewhere. Only 15 kilometres to go, not to mention a very dangerous descent towards Carsaveen. Ozos looking comfortable here, but closing all the time was Stephen Spratt. This is Sprat powering his way up to the Soviet. And this is Sprat powering his way past the Soviet. But they were both overhauled on the descent by the chasing group, and immediately Mario van Berle saw his chance and made the break with Andrew Moss and Robert Winovski in pursuit. Although Moss and Winovski did get to within 10 seconds of the leader, they were unable to catch him. And Mario van Berle eventually finished the stage 17 seconds ahead of Winovski, who finished second, and Moss, who came in on the Soviet's wheel. Sprat and the other Soviet was also finished in this next group, a further 23 seconds back. The first bunch came through at 4 minutes 28 seconds, and although O'Gorman, McQuaid, Relf and O'Hare were in that group, the yellow jersey was not, so we were left with a new race leader.
Yeah, it was really tough. Break got away early on, and there was a lot of chasing done in the bunch, but the Blitz got left back the road, so they had to do the chasing. So in the last few miles, it was fairly hard, you know.
Coming down was very bad. It was so misty, you couldn't see the road in front of you, so you just had to go really slow down it because you didn't know what was coming up. If there was corners coming up, but it wasn't too bad because it was pretty straight down. But going up it was definitely the most painful.
Robert Winovski, the man who came second in stage 5, would wear the yellow jersey on stage 6, and his teammate Dinas Olzos moved into second place in GC.
When we were in the passing the coast all the time, I asked for my team manager what our lead was, and he said 2 minutes. So I said, all right, don't worry, I'm going to win today. At that moment I felt so strong, so I knew, not knew, but I was bluffing maybe, but I said I'm going to win today, and it was that way, so it's all right.
And about 8 kilometres out, 2 people started to close on you. We thought they were going to catch you. Had you any doubt that they were going to catch you?
Oh yeah, the Russian. I think one of the Russians was trying to catch me, and one of the other states winners from the third state was chasing me. But I saw them coming closer by, so I thought I better start moving up a bit, putting more speed on, going on a bigger gear, and trying to go to the finish. And I made it.
How good are the Russians?
Very good.